future is now.
Hi everyone, Cheryl Cran here. This weekly video, I want to talk about the Great Resignation. You may have seen in the New York Times and the Globe and Mail that there's this event that's happening as a result of the pandemic, whereas millennials are looking at their careers, they're looking at their work, and they're asking themselves really big existential questions. Things like, is my work really giving me meaning in my life? Does my work align with my values? Does my workplace allow me to work remotely and therefore be able to have better balance with my home and my family and my work? Does my work allow me to work remotely at least 1 or 2 days a week so that I have less commute time and more time spent on personal goals? These are the questions that millennials are asking themselves, but frankly, not just millennials, all the generations are asking themselves these questions around what is the meaning of work? How does work fit into my life? And how do I line up my work so that I have a greater sense of purpose, a greater sense of contribution, but also a greater amount of time to have spending on my family and my life? Interestingly, today I was working with a client that I'm coaching, and she shared how the contrast between two organizations. So one of the organizations that she's currently leaving is an organization where it's top-down leadership. There's never a question about well-being. The scheduling is more about how it serves the workplace and the company versus the individual. And the place that she's going to, their first question was, how do we set up your remote work reality so that you still have time to work out, because we know that that's a priority for you. Huge contrast between the two examples. If you're one of these companies and your leaders that's saying, look, you got to come back to the office, or you're mandating sort of the ways the work needs to be done, I truly believe you're going to struggle with recruiting and retaining top talent. Whereas if you're a leader within a company where you're looking at how do we customize our approach so that we are keeping our good people, that we are honoring the individuality of our people, we're respecting the diversity of work styles, the diversity of work approaches, then you're going to win at the game of both engagement and keeping your talented people. So the Great Resignation is upon us. We are actually in a workers' market. A workers' market means that workers hold the power in choosing where they're going to work, how they're going to work, when they're going to work. They're reevaluating how much money is enough money. They're looking at how their family life is being able to be taken into consideration with their work. So a lot of big questions being asked by all workers, but specifically many millennials willing to quit without a place to go to, willing to look at freelancing, willing to look at contracting. And over a decade ago, we predicted at Next Mapping that by 2020, 50% of the workforce would be remote. But we also predicted that millennials would be choosing to work in a new and different way. And this time is upon us. So the takeaways here for anyone watching: number one, if you're a leader, what can we do to customize our approach to engage our workers and to value them as individuals? Number two, as leaders, are we flexible and agile in looking at remote work, not as something that's a pain in the neck for us, but something that workers are demanding now and into the future? So lots to think about, lots to consider, and a very important trend of people leaving without a place to go to if they're not satisfied in their current work and with their current leaders. That's this week. Take care. We'll see you soon.